very honored to be on the stage once more, and truly grateful for the wonderful remarks by Dr. Hassan Abbas and Janet Bofton about my work and the book. This is very emotional for me. Standing here to launch the Stolen Republic is not just the celebration of a book. It is the acknowledgement of a wound that millions of Afghans still carry on their hearts. I began writing this book during my time at the University of Pittsburgh in the United States, after I was forced to leave Afghanistan in a tragic way, following the return of the Taliban in August 2021. It was just 7 months after Afghanistan had once again fallen into the darkness and into the hands of one of the most extremist and authoritarian regimes that I began this work. Everything we had built, our dreams, our institutions, our freedoms, our hopes, our achievements, and 2 decades of sacrifices collapsed almost overnight. I felt it was my responsibility to document what truly happened, not the propaganda, not the excuses, but the real political, ideological, and geopolitical forces that contributed to the collapse of Republican government and 20 years democracy in Afghanistan. The book did not only emerge from the pain of millions of Afghans, but also from a responsibility. The world moved on too quickly. Narratives were written by those who were never there, and those who decide the Republic were trying to rewrite history. I could not let that happen. Not for myself, not for my people, and not for the future generations. I am honored that as we celebrate the life of Linda Weston tonight, as I mentioned in my earlier remarks, I have also dedicated this book and this work to her and to her memory. The book is divided into 6 chapters. It begins with my own personal narrative, my journey and experiences as a young leader and freedom activist in Afghanistan, and how I continued my fight for freedom and human rights until the last moment I could, and until the moment I reached the United States and Canada. Next, the book examines the collapse of Afghanistan's last republic through media lens. It brings together the perspectives of national and international figures who witnessed or shaped these events, as well as voices of Afghan citizens themselves who participated through questionnaires. This book then presents a comparative analysis of these perspectives to uncover in greater details the untold facts behind the collapse of the Republic and 20 years of democracy in Afghanistan. Finally, the book concludes with the lessons that Afghans and international community must learn from this collapse, along with the solutions and recommendations we must consider moving forward if we want to avoid repeating what happened in Afghanistan. Writing this book was painful. Every chapter felt like re-experiencing the collapse again. But it was also healing. It reminded me that although the Republic was stolen, the spirit of the Afghan people was not. Our dignity was not. Our courage was not. And the seeds for the freedom through our work and investments are already there. And tonight, launching this book at the Toronto Democracy Forum, surrounded by friends from more than 20 countries who all have one mission on their life, to fight against tyranny and extremism and defend freedom and democracy gives me hope. I hope that Afghanistan is not forgotten, that the world still cares, that freedom still matters. In this book, I have tried to preserve the voices of those who sacrificed for a better Afghanistan, military commanders who defended the country until their last moment, young activists who believed in democracy, journalists who exposed corruption, and ordinary citizens who simply wanted a peaceful life. Their stories deserve to be heard. Their sacrifices deserve to be remembered. I want to express my deepest gratitude to our team at the World Anti-Extremism Network for publishing all 3 editions of this book, and to the National Endowment for Democracy, NED, for supporting this work through our Afghanistan office. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank Professor Jennifer Brake-Murtaza Shirley at the University of Pittsburgh, who wrote a wonderful foreword for the book, and whose guidance helped shape this work from the very beginning. I would also like to thank my dear friend Janet Wofton, co-founder of the Institute for Liberal Studies, for his dedication and great support in editing the English version of the book. I am equally grateful to a very distinguished lady, Ms. Narges Uruj Mirkhail, who, under the tyranny of Taliban, translated this book into the Pashto language, which I am very grateful for her bravery and support. And I ask you to join me in thanking her dedication and her support. Finally, I recognize the support of my 6 other distinguished colleagues, Abdul Qahir Beheshti, Anif Farzan, Said Mustafa Saidi, Hassan Husseiniar, and Mustafa Mudassir, all of whom contributed to the completion of the interviews and the analysis of the questionnaires for this book. The book is available in 3 languages, English, Farsi, and Pashto, on Amazon, Lolo, and several other international publishing platforms. You can order the book through Amazon by scanning the QR codes available on your tables and on the screen. Or you can purchase a copy right now from my colleagues and from Parastute Book that we have the honor of their presence and partnership in tonight's program. This book is my contribution to truth. It's my tribute to every Afghan who suffered, to every Afghan woman who has been silenced, banned from school, and forced out of work under Taliban tyranny. This book is also a promise to you. Your voices will be carried, your stories will be remembered, and your fight will never be forgotten. And to all Afghans listening, our struggle is not over. The Republic may have fallen, but our dream for freedom has not. As long as we remember, as long as we speak, as long as we stand together, the future can still be rebuilt. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for standing with Afghanistan. Thank you for keeping hope alive. Thank you so much.
To officially reveal the book, I invite once again all 3 of you to please join me on the stage to reveal the book. Please welcome them.